Anytime you see somebody who is highly committed with God, who is not a fake believer, who is a real believer, giving God diligent, Bible says those that seek him diligently shall find him. Those that seek him diligently shall find him. So a diligent life in the spirit manifests an excellent life in the physical. David was the one, because of the work he had with God, he said, thou hast made me wiser than my teachers. You have been able to teach me at the place of encounter, at the place of meeting with you, that at the experiment of myself and the testing of my potential, I've been able to realize that I am now more sound than my teachers. These are the imprints of a spiritual person. Whenever you are spiritually minded, wisdom from God comes. Spirit filled is equals to wisdom filled. Any man who walks in the spirit walks in wisdom. For the wisdom of God is even wiser than the wisest of men. When you walk in the spirit and you behave stupidly, that stupid you behave in the spirit is wiser than the wisdom of men. Just like David, when the people of Ziklag came and then they took away his wives and children and every other thing, and then the men that are around him, and then people were already disappointed. The wisest of them, the war counselors, were already disappointed. How do we know those who came? There was no flag, there was nothing, there was no sign. When you want to attack somebody and want to prove to that person, after the attack, you drop a note. I get to my point that this is a warning from so and so person. But these people, they came, they attacked the people of Israel, they attacked the wives and the children of David, ancestors of David. None of them had of the suggestion to bring that will bring evidence. So the easiest thing David consulted that time was to enter into the spirit. I need to think by the wisdom of God. This is how we do. Sometimes you see us speaking in tongues, you are confused over something. You are asking God, what do I do now? How do I apply? What do I do? When you see somebody who blows or who walks in the spirit of God often, that person hardly makes mistake. I'm sure what I'm saying. So when you want to avoid life mistake, walk in the spirit always. And then he consulted God. The Lord Almighty said to him, he said, pursue, you will overtake and you will recover all. And then he began to pursue. Where was he pursuing? Who was he pursuing? He was pursuing a shadow because he was seeing nobody. But because he was walking in the spirit, in as much as he was pursuing a shadow, the Lord made that shadow he was pursuing to become a substance by leaving a man whom they thought that was dead. God already has a plan. No matter how much your enemies seems to have prevailed, God already have a plan of recovery in between their success.